Same thing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live Q&A session. Today, we actually have a training, very, very special training, very important training for many of you, because I know you are like wondering, how is it that this is going to be working for my business? How is it that I'm going to be putting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and like what results should I expect? And the best way that we can answer that is understanding how the algorithm works and how this is going to be part of your engine to grow your brand. So let's just get the recording started. Welcome one more time to our Reels Challenge. Today is day number 5, but you know what? I think this recording can be used as part of the strategy so that, it's not necessarily a recording of a video that you need to watch on day number 5. So feel free, if you're starting this challenge or if you're new into the Instagram world, definitely this is one of those pieces of content that is going to help you looking at the big picture and solidify your goal within how to use the Instagram Reels as part of your social media strategy. So today I want to discuss what is it that makes the algorithm to get your brand out there. How is it that you're going to gain more followers, what to expect from the platform? And I have a very interesting and inspiring case study that is going to probably either give you questions, give you inspiration, but also it's going to allow you to go through this challenge knowing that there is a reason why you are attracted to market your business in this way. Okay, so how the Instagram algorithm works. Okay, first of all, you might have questions, about, okay, so when I get to see content from other people, how does that work? Do I see the same content that you see? Like, what is it that they're going to prioritize? What exactly Instagram has said that is actually helping all of us content creators to create a plan? Like, if we know what are the rules of the game, and if we play by the rules, and that's actually the way to get results, that's even better. So I actually took the time to find the resources from the guidelines of Instagram, okay? And it's very important for me to tell you that because there are so many gurus that they have luck with the platform. However, the way that they create these rules, they seem to be ignoring that Instagram works in a very individualized way. And especially when we say the best times to post and the best things to do that on the best ways, there are practices that are going to be by industry. There are practices that are going to be just trends. And there are practices that are the guidelines that the platform itself has. So this particular information that I'm going to give you, it's part of the guidelines. I'm not creating this. It is not my opinion. Yes, I'm going to be giving you my opinion and helping you understand the verbiage a little bit, but these are the guidelines, okay? It's not that I'm creating this, okay? Deal? A little bit of a timeline on how the platform has evolved and what do they expect from the users. When Instagram started in 2010, it was essentially a platform where you would just upload your images instantly. And because of that, there was like no such thing as newsfeed organized in a way that you and I know it today, okay? By then, it was actually, kind of like a platform where you could see, I would say, the way that stories are today. It's kind of like people sharing things on the spot. You needed to catch up with that account or else everything would have gotten like buried, okay? Because it was organized chronologically. They realized that they were not going to have too much success if the content was not content that will keep people using the platform. And what they realized is that this is essentially when Facebook came on board, they could have and use data so that the feed and the information that users get was certainly the most similar to what users could use to get stuck to the platform. Have any of you watched the Netflix show called The Social Dilemma? It's actually a documentary, The Social Dilemma. I definitely invite you to watch that documentary because there is a dilemma. These algorithms have been designed to suck your time, to suck your attention, to get you deeper and deeper and deeper, because all of us, even though there's a free platform, all of us are the product. You know what's a product? You know what Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, do you know what do they value the most? Do you know? Can anybody guess here and write it on the chat? The product is actually your attention. What they want is people who share content, but you share content because you're going to make other users to stay connected and using their platform. If there was a way in Mark Zuckerberg's world, if there was a way for him to get all of us integrated everything into Facebook, trust me, he would have done it. That's kind of like the dream come true, that you get to pay through Facebook, that you get to watch TV using Facebook, that you get to connect your children and the school and everything, right? So if you see the enhancements that they've been doing and the platforms that they have acquired, they have the intention of capturing your attention. And they have had a great luck. They've been very successful about it, right? So in 2016, the Instagram platform that it was known as an instant place to share images, and that you needed to follow. Remember that if you take a look at that, if you think about this, Facebook, the connections in Facebook need to be your friends. But on Instagram, you can kind of like spy somebody if you just follow them. So they created that opportunity for people to follow others without necessarily calling them friends. Notice how it feels like followers versus friends. Followers feel like it's a little bit more distant and it's less commitment. However, when somebody's your friend, well, you need to accept that friendship. You can restrict that friendship. With Instagram, there are not so many barriers of entrance. Like what they did with the platform is you can either be private and then you can accept and decide whoever wants to see your life and your content. But if you're public, no anybody can see the information, and it's up to them to decide if they want to follow for more. Same thing with YouTube, right? YouTube is a platform where you can consume content. And one of the things that I wanted to pay attention is, how do you behave with those platforms? Do you land on a video and watch it and immediately subscribe it? Probably not. And I want you to be able to pay attention to what are the channels that capture your attention and make you subscribe, because exactly what you do is what your users will be doing. Likes attract likes. A very interesting way to see and how to strategize for things. But very often we want people to do things, but we forget that if we are not even doing that, then we are doing like a hard ask. Okay, so pay attention. Now that you know this, watch out for the content that makes you subscribe. And actually, a joke here, share, so you can see. I'm glad that I'm going to a wedding and I forgot that I left the tag on the dress. Good thing that I have the time now to take it off. So 2016, the platform is organized in a different way. What is that way? How do they push out the content? Okay, that was changed in 2016, and that has been refined over and over and over. Now, 2020 came and it changed a lot. In fact, those changes were already planned even before the pandemic. What the pandemic did to Instagram in particular, and TikTok, is that since there were more users connected, because for the very first time, workers are having the chance to be remote, so nobody's watching them. And what are they doing? They're connected on social media. You know, they're working with with their PJs on, right? So there's no accountability, and that's why those social media platforms said, "Yay, heaven, more viewers that can be buying advertising. Yeah, welcome back, welcome here." So actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that Instagram grew by almost 1 million new users that they had never touched the account. Okay, that also has to do with the fact that 2020 was a political year, and Facebook put a lot of restrictions in the content. So a lot of creators put a lot of effort to build Instagram only. They realized that Facebook was way too restrictive, and then they jump into Instagram. They jump into TikTok as well. Because of that, something that I want you to understand is when you open your app, everything that you see, for example, the feed where your posts are. In fact, the best way for me to do this is by sharing the phone, so you can follow what I mean with this, because it's very, very important that you know this part of the plan and how things work. So notice how this icon on the far left, the grid is called your feed. Okay, these are the feed. This is the feed where your posts are going to be shared, whether that is post that is coming from other feeds or not. Here you can share images. You can share the typical, like the carousel, where you can just swipe. You can share a video, but only the 1 minute video. It has to be under 1 minute. That is the feed. That feed is different from the Reels feed. This is the Reels feed. And that feed, the Reels feed, is also different from the IGTV feed. The guides feed is also different, okay? So, and the stories have an independent feed that it's also different. And you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, what do you mean? Don't panic. It's all in the guidelines. It's all in the guidelines. Each part of the app, the feed, the Explore, the Reels, the IGTV, uses its own algorithm tailored to how people use it. For that reason, when Reels was launched, at that time, we also had it, the guides came as a feed. The guides change a lot for location-based business owners. I actually put myself back to school, and then I got all this training, and I'm like, I need to understand, how is this going to change the game plan for my small business owners? And that's how actually I developed the Instagram marketing course, because it's a lot of information that changes the game plan. And when you know that powerful information, your game plan is going to grow your brand 10x. In fact, what that did to me, I fall in love. I fall in love with the platform. There is no other platform like Instagram at this point. Now, warning, it is still a pay to play, okay? Facebook is 100% pay to play. It has no chance for a small business owner to be able to say, I grew up 100% of my business on social media and I paid nothing. That doesn't exist, okay? That is dead a long time ago. On Instagram, though, there are still things that you can do without paying for advertising, but they still will favor your account when you invest, okay? Or if you become a content creator, you might have a chance to see some growth and gain virality and all that. But my friend, it's still a pay to play game, okay? Let's not forget that PR companies still exist, brands and successful companies, they are not running their business just counting on organic social media, okay? They invest in advertising. So when it comes to spreading your awareness, okay, you can use attraction marketing, and social media works really, really good for that. But for promotions, for conversions, to display a particular offer to a particular targeted audience, it is a pay to play, okay? Are we good with that? Are we good with that? Because I need you to understand that followers were never meant to be with the intention of turning them into customers. In fact, you will learn that you can use the Facebook and Instagram pixel, and everybody who watches a video, it's getting pixeled, it's getting cookied, and you will use that data to serve an ad. So I don't care if you didn't follow me. I'm going to still push advertising to you because you watch my videos. Oh, that's a good hack. I hope you like it. So what Instagram says, okay? People tend to look for their closest friends in stories. What exactly that means? That means that stories are not going to be the place where you will be expecting to see new followers or people who don't know you. No. There's no such thing as your stories gaining any virality, okay? Who do you see in stories? When you open your app and you see the blurbs at the top, they're usually your closest friends. How can you see new people there? How can you target your audience better? Well, you have to edit your friendships and your connections so that Instagram understands that you want new people. Okay, that's also part of the strategy. So with that being said, you have to know that stories have limited availability to help your brand reach new people. And that's why when you share a Reels, and if you share into stories, that's really not something that you have to do. You might want to do it to let your closest friends know that it's there. But actually, I have a full module explaining the stories and a funnel. One thing that you have to be careful is that your followers on stories, they don't really care about what you share on your post. They want to see your life from you. They want to see your face. That's where stories are. It's like the equivalent of sending a text message to somebody that you know, but you're not going to like poke them, right? Let them see that message. They have one full day to watch it. And if they didn't watch it, they missed it. So stories run in using ephemeral content, which is, it gives you like that fear that if you don't catch up, you're going to be losing it. It's the full FOMO in full effect. Okay. So stories are very different from your particular Reels. And it's very important that you understand that, right? If you want to gain more followers, stories are not going to be the thing. Now, stories will be important for you to convert and build relationships and nurture those connections. A very different piece in your funnel. With feed and with stories, this is a relatively simple. What goes there? All the recent posts shared by the people you follow. What you see there? Only people you follow on the feed. Like when you go to the explore, when you go to the feed, which is like your homepage, you will catch up with people who you follow. Okay. Now here's the interesting part. The feed is organized based on what Instagram believes that is going to help you getting stuck in the platform. So my feed is different than your feed. So when I say feed, very, very, very important. The feed is actually the home icon. So this home icon will bring me people based on what they think that between the 18,000 followers we have, they're going to organize it in a way that they think that is going to capture my attention the most. If you go to your feed and all you see is your competitors, or you see people from other industry, and you don't see anything that it's considered to be a target audience for you, you need to fix that. And you can fix that. Okay. So that's a good homework, right? You will pay attention to what you see on your feed, and you can manipulate that. Now, Instagram guidelines have told us what is going to give a signal to the algorithm so that you land there. Now, there's also a way for you to get into the Explore page, which is a new thing as well. The Explore page was reorganized at the beginning of 2020, then was reorganized again, and now in 2021 was reorganized again when Reels were, becoming a thing. Okay, Explore page, it's actually the little la lupa por aquí. This little how do you say this? I forgot this word. The magnifier. So this is the Explorer page. Your Explorer page is different than my Explorer page. Everything is customized. How are you landing here? And what are the perks of landing here? A lot of perks, a lot of perks. This is where non-followers can see you. This is your only chance to gain followers if you don't pay. Okay, which, by the way, in our Instagram course, I cover exactly what Instagram says that you can do to land there. It's actually really interesting because now that they have enhanced the platform with SEO tools, hashtags are not necessarily a factor, or I would say the only factor. Very, very, very interesting. So what are the signals? What is going to help the algorithm to say, hey, listen, Claribel is posting this, and this is something that a lot of her friends will like. It actually depends on many things. Number one, and actually this is an order that is in priority, okay? So the first thing is that you have to land and you have to master how is it that you can create a powerful post. We call this optimization, okay? So your post will be shared depending on how popular it is, meaning how many people like and comment, and more mundane information about the content itself. If it's a conversation where people are like, oh my gosh, raving about it, when it was posted, how long, if it's a video, what location, if any, was attached to it. For now, never share any post without a location, okay? And one thing that we have heard, this is not here, but if I tell you this and you read this again, you will then understand that Instagram uses geolocation and geotagging and geographical based signals to push the content, okay? What else? Information about the person who posted, your profile. This helps us get a sense for how interesting the person might be to you, and includes signals like how many times people have interacted with that person in the past few weeks. Okay. So that means that if you are using the platform more, your profile, it's going to be more interesting than somebody that pays for social media management. They never touch the app. They never pay attention. They never follow anything. They pay for followers. They're not going to favor those people. They want what? Your attention, right? So if you give the platform a lot of attention, you're going to get a lot. Those of you who use the platform from desktop, warning with that. You definitely need to put some time on the app. you or your social media manager. Is very, very important. We actually disconnected our clients' social media accounts from third-party apps. We only use them from cell phones because the platform is going to favor your account and is going to push out your content if you use the platform, which is actually also signal number 3. Your activity. This helps us understand why you might be interested and includes signals such as how many posts you have liked. If you have heard some Instagram gurus that tell you that all you need to do is before you post and after you post is to actually make sure that you spend time on the platform, engaging with people, commenting with people, requesting new and following new people and all that. And they say that if you do that, okay, your post is going to have better signaling. And because of that, you have better chances to go where? Into the feed of your followers and into the Explorer page. That, my friend, means that if you are sharing one post a day, and that means 7 posts a week, that means that you have to account for at least 2 hours extra to do that. That's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. But the counter side of that is to say, listen, if your content is nothing but the best, the algorithm will push it out. Okay. So there's 2 sides of this. You can go into hacks, or you can go into the big picture of how social media marketing works. I'm always going to be into that second group. Okay. I will never give you things that for you to get the hacks, it's going to suck your time, because at the end of the day, again, it's a pay to play. You will be better long term just creating campaigns and paying for advertising and sharing viral videos. Okay, it's as simple as that. I don't want you to get sucked in the platform because you don't want to work for Instagram. Okay, can we say, yeah, I don't work for Instagram. I don't want to waste my time. What else? Your history of interacting with someone. This gives us a sense of how interested you are generally in seeing posts from a particular person or an industry. You see? An example is whether you or not comment on each other's posts. Ooh, so if you are a silent viewer, you will get silent viewers. Oh, this is making sense now. This is making sense, isn't it? So what do you think you need to do if you want your content to be pushed out, and if you want to get more engagement? What do you think you need to do? You need to give what? Give more engagement. That's essentially what it is, right? That's what they're telling us. You need to give in order to get. But again, it's a lot of time and effort. Usage. What exactly does that mean? People who spend more time on the app are going to worth more for Instagram. Scrolling through your Instagram also counts. Feed means you'll see more or even everything the algorithm has to offer you at the moment. So I don't know how I kind of like copy and paste here. It doesn't make too much sense. What this is the recap is, pay attention to what the guidelines are saying. They want us to use the platform. They want us to scroll. They want us to use every single thing that the algorithm has to offer. When they say every single thing, that means that if you have never shared anything under a guide, do it. If you have never used IGTV, do it. If you have never used Reels, do it, which is what you're doing now. Now, if you have never done any of those, you have to start doing it, because your usage is going to help the algorithm to bring you users who are really engaging with content. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? User experience is another factor that the platform considers, okay? And from user experience, we can also implement our frequency of how many posts we share, when do we share them, and how mindful we are about those who follow us, okay? It's very dangerous. Actually, I sometimes do content. I would say I sometimes create a content calendar that goes in a very heavy, and that means that we're going to be sharing a lot of content. Every time I do that, my account gets allergies, gets allergies, because people don't really like when you just share way too much. You unfollow people. Okay, so it's very, very important that you watch, how do you engage, how do you prefer, okay, to receive content from other people. And you just implement here the golden rule, right? You do to others what you would like to, to get done for you. So really, really, really important here. So avoid showing too many posts from the same person in a row. The platform will avoid that. That means that if you share a picture, an IGTV, a story, and a reels, all of that back to back, is going to say, no. You're not coming here to spam my people. No. You're out. Oh, okay. I got the message. So your post will not interfere with your reels. Very, very important rule here. Okay. I don't want you to start spamming and using all of the channels at the same time. Remember, the algorithm is going to consider your usage. So what you can do is engage, say hello to people, catch up with them, and then you share something, right? You have to give in order to get. That's just how the game works here. Another example is stories that we reshare from feed. This is exactly copy and paste from the guide. Until recently, we value these stories less because we have heard consistently that people are more interested in seeing original stories. So that means that if you take a piece of content that has been shared somewhere else and you just reshare, right? The repost, the famous repost, don't use it anymore. Don't use the repost app anymore. They don't value that because, it's an old story. In español, we will say, tu amor es un periódico de ayer. People don't read newspapers from the day before. They don't. And because of that, they're saying, hey, if there's something old, no. Now, there are posts that have been viral that we can reshare. And if they have value, yeah, they'll work. They'll work. Okay. The other one, which is also one thing that gives me allergy, and I get passionate about this topic, it's they have, and this is after COVID, they became in partnership with the government, and they sign agreements and things like that. And they agreed that they were not going to interfere with the message. And they agreed that they would filter conversations, censorship. I didn't say that. They agreed that they were going to add fact checkers, third parties. Actually, I know people who work, Facebook is in Austin, okay? And I know people who work for companies that all they do is just check posts all day long, okay? It's a compliance department. And what happens is this: we don't take it down. We do apply a label and show the post lower in feed and stories. If you have posted misinformation multiple times, we may make all your content harder to find. Bingo. Like my account was disabled last year. And let's not talk about it because I get super mad. And yes, I can show you my feed and my analytics. And when I start sharing how my life changed with COVID and that keyword, my account has been now is like dropping. So I need to sip it, don't talk about it. And, I need to at least be a month without any flag. And then things are going to go back to normal. But I was disabled, like eliminated completely from the platform. Not even funny when you think that You put so much, including that when you log in using Facebook and you log into other website, be careful, because if your account ever gets suspended, you will never be able to log in into other places. So please never never authenticate your third-party websites using Facebook, especially if those are websites where you have financial information there. Oh my gosh, I mean, your banking account and all that. Never do that. Never use Facebook. In my case, I was using Facebook for Eventbrite. And as you know, I do a lot of events. It was a nightmare trying to get a new login with Eventbrite. The other one that was very, very, very problematic for me was Zoom. My Zoom, my pro account with webinar features disappeared because I was using Facebook to log in. So anyway, I can talk about this all day long. It's something that you definitely want to take precautions. You don't want to be in that situation. It was very, very stressful. So Reels, what are the guidelines for Instagram Reels? Very interesting here, okay? Reels is designed to entertain you. Content that is entertainment content is going to be favored to educational content. That's the sad part, okay? And I was planning to tell you this. I know that when I told you that I was going to teach you to do Reels, you didn't have to dance and you didn't have to do any comical things, okay? I know that. But I have my theories around this. I know that when you get the hang of it, and you see the numbers, and if you try little by little to experiment with some interesting content, some entertainment, the skits, the trends, you might consider doing something like that, okay? But in the meantime, just know, Reels is designed for entertainment content, nothing else. The most important signals, roughly in order of importance, are: one, your activity. So if you want people commenting on your Reels, you have to now go and comment in others' Reels. If you want people following you because they watch your Reels, now you have to do the same. Watch Reels from people who you don't follow and follow them, okay? Engagement of your account is as important as your account. The history of interacting with the person who posted. Like in Explore, it's likely the video was made by someone you've never heard of, but if you have interacted with them, that gives us a sense of how interested you might be in what they share. That means that your Reels will be viewed by your non-followers, and that's the beauty of it. When the algorithm pushes your Reels, they will push your Reels from people who you don't follow, okay? Unlike the news feed. The Reels feed is different from your news feed. It's going to give you new people all the time. That's how you do the research. And pay attention to the people who Instagram is telling you, hey, they're like your friends. This is your audience. Go ahead and follow them. Information about the person who posted. We consider popularity, how many people follow you, to help find compelling content from a wide array of people and give everyone a chance to find their audience, okay? We also avoid recommending Reels for other reasons, such as important quality, very, very important. So what stops your video? Low resolution, okay? Especially the wrong sizing. If you crop something and then if you zoom it and then it looks blurry and things like that, awful, awful, awful. They're not going to push it out. Watermark. When you do TikTok videos and you bring them to Instagram, they will come with a watermark. They're going to stop that. They're not going to love that. They don't want that at all. Okay. Reels that focus on political issues or that are made by political figures, parties, government officials, or on their behalf. Or they're not going to write this, but anything that they decide that they just don't want. How can you influence what you see? This is something that I've been kind of like telling you already, but I'm going to download this presentation so you can have it. Okay. Essentially, if you want to limit a particular kind of content, unfollow people, mute people. Okay. So that the algorithm understands that no, don't show me anymore pregnant woman. I don't need to see women, having like going to labor. Don't show me more content related to this or that. Mostly the content will be associated with your location, okay? Which, if you want to test and try, mix up location-based content with entertainment, okay? Meaning if you go to downtown and if you're going to film something like really funny, that might have a chance. That might have a good chance. So the other thing is, at what time should I post? So when we suggest you times, it's actually based on the insights that we have, okay? And keep in mind, my insights will be different than your insights. So the best time, the best way for me to answer this question, and the correct one will be, the best time is your best time. And we can only know that by having enough data. So right now, since you are not new on the platform, you will go to your insights, you will see your audience who actually is there, and they will show best times for you, okay? So definitely you wanna check there your current metrics. You have to also consider best times if you are nurturing a local location-based community versus global. In my case, because Instagram is not where I find new people, okay? It's not. Unless we pay for ads, we actually get our new people from Google. And people who land in our website and then land after in our Instagram, they are from different countries. So I need to be mindful of that, okay? The three aspects for you to know at what time you should post is that, again, suggested times are never guaranteed. The platform changes, people change, blah, 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 blah. So don't get married into these ideas when people say, oh, you have to post 3 times a day, or these times. There are suggestions, but they're not really guaranteed. Really, really, really important. So from Reels to followers, I want you to follow Chubby Diaries. Jeff is one of our amazing members of Accelerate Your Greatness program. He's been under our mentorship. Now he's on his own. He graduated. But we built that brand, my friend, when this was nothing, okay? I think he had 120 people. Seeing this at almost 30,000 people give me goosebumps. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Jeff was amazing enough to give us a full class that you will watch inside our Instagram marketing class. You need to do that, guys. It's only $37. I mean, it's amazing. That comes with the modules and everything, but Jeff also teaches with me on that class, on that course. And he's explaining everything he did to grow his community on Instagram. And it's fascinating. A couple of highlights I can tell you that will help you to kind of see the pathway from Reels to followers. Number 1, when your reach goes up, you are winning. You are winning. So when some of you said, my reach is up 6,000%, but I had no followers. 6,000%, that's a lot. If you would pay to get that reach, you would pay at least, I would say 3 cents per eyeballs. So do your math, okay? If you would pay for reach, that's easily 3 cents per eyeballs. So that's a lot. That's a lot that the platform is giving you, okay? Now, what converts them into followers is a little bit more work than that. As I told you, you just don't follow somebody just because you watch one video. So it requires a funnel. It requires a process. It's not a one thing, it's a step by step. And now that you have more than one feed and you have SEO inside Instagram and you have videos like IGTV, there's so many things that you will need to do. I'm not saying you have to do because I'm nobody to tell you that, but I'll tell you that it needs a strategic approach to see those followers going up. Now, there are exceptions. In Jeff's case, okay, his message is so prolific and so cutting edge that he took the Black Lives Movement with the body shaming movement, and he got press. He got in the New York Times. He got out in the outlets. So in other words, the platform didn't give him those followers, okay? He marketed, he advertised his voice, and his voice was picked by the media. My friend, that blew off. Today, Jeff has a whole new business model. It's been amazing to watch this. I am so proud of what he has done. And I still remember the very first time we talked, I said, you are Netflix material, Jeff. You are Netflix material. Like he had this vision that because he's always been chubby and plus size, but he always been passionate about traveling, all of the pains that he had in every travel experience, he turned them into opportunity to educate other people and to inspire other people to never give up on traveling just because they can't fit their seatbelt on the airplane, or just because they cannot jump like this or like that, or because the magazines never show a plus size person. You see, the message is very powerful. But bottom line here, guys, don't worry about not generating followers. You're still generating the pixel activity. You can build an audience and you can build a campaign, especially because now is your time to build an audience that you can market with paid advertising later on in October, November, December. So keep focusing on the reach, nothing else. And if you want more followers, yes, I definitely will recommend the strategy and the funnel. But at the end of the day, it's your content that will determine your message. And the way that you market your message is the thing to grow your platform. I don't grow with Instagram. I grow with Google. I grow with my content. I grow by publishing books, and all of it. It's not just one thing. I hope it helps. So what I want to offer is a free audit. I would love to, right now, like you're watching my content and yes, you ask some questions, but I can't really get like in details, where are you, right? So do me a favor and book, complete an audit form. If you're interested in having a conversation where I can really listen to you, it's gonna take us about 30 minutes. And then you share with me where you are, and I can share with you the ways that, I feel like you can do and you can improve. And obviously, we can also share about ways that our agency can help you accelerate this process for you to gain the followers, gain the leads, gain the sales. But most importantly, what I really want, I'm looking for people who have this vision of closing the year powerfully. And what I would love is helping them to plan a campaign and a strategy so that they use the holidays, they leverage the holidays, but I want to see the bigger picture of that. So, that's my passion. That's what I love to do. And of course, you can sign up for the Instagram marketing course. And then it's, again, only $37. Come VIP, and then you have a one-on-one with me, and we can definitely explore more. So I want to take, I have about 5 minutes. I want to see if you guys live have any questions. Claribel, I don't have a guide feed. You don't have it. That means that you've never done a guide. So do it today and you have a guide feed. I actually wrote an article about it, step-by-step explaining how is it that guides work. They're very good for location-based businesses. Let me actually stop the recording now, so it's not that long. Any other question? Let me stop sharing and see if I can find quickly that article of guides, so you have that tutorial there. Instagram Guides Marketing for Greatness. Vamos por aquí, vamos por aquí. Marketingforgreatness.com. Aquí está. All right, here we go. So yeah, if you've never done guides, this article is going to help you to kind of like get the idea of what the platform is going to ask you. So you're ready to share your first guides. They're powerful. They don't have any opportunities for like, you know, visibility or getting like followers or anything like that. But you will see my opinion in the article and the way that I see that you can leverage guides. Any other question before we go? I'm excited. So a couple of things. I don't think that we should, you know, invite or I think it will add a lot of pressure if we also do live webinars during the weekend. I think we need a break. But what I will do, you will see a notification that will say that there's no webinar during the weekends, but there is a lot of content in the library of resources that you can use during this weekend. So we will resume the live webinar next Monday. And in the meantime, you can just definitely share with me any questions that you have, anything that you want some clarification. Make sure that you know that inside your platform, the members only platform that we have, make sure that you know, and I think I should also make a video about this. Make sure that you guys know that when you log in, I have left resources for you. Okay, so be sure that you know that. Let me just make sure that I show you this so that login link. Just to confirm, when you like this Reels challenge gave you access to this platform. Inside this platform, there are a series of videos that I filmed. Okay, and also. And it has particular, like, you know, how to post, how to, you know, share things, and based on the questions I got. Now, every call has been left here. So day 1 is here, day 2 is here, day 3, day 4, which is why you see that I'm sharing on YouTube, because I can just add the video here and it's easier. So today's call is going to be here. So during the weekend, if you want to catch up with any calls we have done during the week, they will be here. So I just want to give you kind of like a one place where you can find, you know, everything. So that's definitely something that I suggest that you do during the weekend. The bootcamp, if you want to kind of like take a look at what it has and how the modules look like, my favorite is the funnel. This is where I'm explaining exactly how you will integrate all of these outlets to promote and what is the order and how things like integrate one with each other. There's also an explanation and coverage completely on hashtags. And this particular bootcamp wraps up with a live webinar where we go like in more depth of the strategy and how is it that you can create campaigns. And there's also advertising. So I cover also Instagram ads and Facebook ads. I think you should do it. I think definitely that this is going to help you. So if you want to sign up, just to know that you have access to everything, okay? We also included Canva hacks, which is how to edit with Canva, how to create graphics with Canva, and 100 Canva editable images that is coming. With this, you have everything you need to put your feed up to date, to brand your feed, and to really have a whole new Instagram account. Another thing is the bonuses. So the class I mentioned that Jeff gave is here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. There's also how to hack Facebook ads to get ads for a penny. Greg, I think you took that class. So yeah, it's a great value for what you now have the chance to get it. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And with that being said, Leave us the link, the site via email. I guess we have it. Yes, we'll leave you the email. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Now I'm gonna go to a wedding downtown Austin, and tomorrow she's gonna get married in Dripping Springs as well. So it's a full weekend of wedding. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.